Let's chew the fat.
The general will call that a tactical... That thing he summoned was illithid. Follow it below and find him, before he has a chance to subdue the Night Song again. I certainly do. You have numbers enough already, I think. You'll want a small force, if you are to finish this quickly.
I would object, but sitting by the fire while you do all the hard work sounds marvelous, actually.
Then let us be about it. Hmm? At your command.
At your command. A simple task.
The hole yawns back at you, impossibly wide. A single tentacle burrowed through stone.
This is an Illithid colony. This must be where they harvest the tadpoles. We're close to the source of the infections.
Forward. Bleed them dry.
Tread carefully. We are very close to the source of the Absolute now. That telepathic storm has become a tempest.
Stench! I wonder how many pilgrimages to Moonrise ended down here.
No will sparks behind his eyes. You could kill it, end its miserable life of enslavement. Or you could take advantage of its vulnerability and plunder what's left of its hollow mind for anything that...
No, sorry. Here. Chop, chop. Help them. Become part of one mind.
With a lurch, you realize he means the intellect devourers.
But there is one little same song. As you locked up. Bad kitty. Ma, down, deep, one of three. Yes.
So much blood. The Illithids take an offering from Moonrise Towers.
Chop, chop.
Salutations.
Still loves meat. It sings chop, chop.
The pride of the gate. There for the taking.
Discern, faithful. We depart.
Pretty faces gone, chop. Faces. No, no faces, only meat. Think never stop, only chop, chop, chop. Chop, chop, chop.
The moment comes. The absolute knows.
Two steps at a time.
Baldur's heirs will know.
Of all the beastly lairs I've had to poke my nose into, the illicit colony is still by far the worst.
Maybe it's me, but illithid symbols. My brain bug must be literate, as I can read them too.
Mind flayers and civilians, side by side. This must be where they infect and transform those they kidnap.
Your tadpole forms a telepathic connection with it. Every mind flayer in the room calls out hungrily from its pod, seeking release. But there are others in the pods, those not yet infected, not yet illithid, terrified, desperate to escape. The device is open to your tadpole's command, to your authority.
Brine pools, but empty of tadpoles. Unusual. Harvesting all the larvae indicates they are getting ready for something big.
By Grazit's cock! It's about time you came. Go on and gloat. Bow to... All done? Good. Now, enough...
Mizora's life rests in your hands. Perhaps you could end this pact, here and now. Your eyes turn to the control panel next to the pod. It has two devices marked with illithid symbols. Your tadpole wrist. The symbol's meaning comes into focus. Annihilate. You decipher the symbol. It's an illithid sigil, meaning unleash.
You did all right, Will. I'd give your belly a good rub, but never could stand the smell. You've jumped through enough hoops. Now, you've got business in mood. Don't you fret. I'll find... Oh, and go ahead. Tell folks...
At your command.
Descend, assemble. Obey. Liberate. Hurry now. The city calls out for salvation. The chosen are my heart, and you my many hands.
Some who worked here were not thralls or undead. They were loyal to Ketherek and his grim cause.
Ever onward. Could come in handy.
Bring death. Embrace death. Become death. You are the sacred hand that reaches from the grave. You are the lasher of skulls, the carver of crypts, the dancer of bones. General Thorm was attacked. The order to evacuate given. You should not be here. I conclude you trying to pull rank. And yet not I shall present your bones to General Thorm as retribution. Wolves will want your carcass once I'm done with you.
Bold maneuver.
Oh, yes.
Not but another harvest. I will try to make it swift.
In your name. Advancing. I shall investigate. Curious.
Prepare the march. My chosen gather below. Descend, faithful. We depart.
Right away.
Assemble.
A whole fleet of Mortals. How many true souls have passed through this place?
Tadpole feels like it's about to pop. Is anyone else's head squirming?
Aye. Feels like something down here has them excited. Or scared.
no longer a background murmur. The presence in your mind builds to a roar.
We've found it. The Absolute is behind this door.
You said it was under control.
It isn't you I answer to, Gortash.
Oh, the general voice. Is this where we salute?
Salute, yes. With cleavers through his blood-starved flesh. How it crawls with failure, like flies on lick-wet carrion.
You forget yourself, Orin. I have played my part.
You built an army for our masters, true enough. But what of the astral prism? A rogue true soul, flaunting it under your nose all this time, and you ran from him.
Sure that they would follow and deliver it into my hands here. If you would cease these distractions.
The distractions have been yours, Ketherek. Perhaps we never should have dug your daughter up. So you haven't lost your edge. But you're still not as sharp as Orin, I wager. The Slayer against the Undying One. That'd be fun to see.
His crypt breath sings to my sinews. Again, 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 again. But he must lead the murder march to Baldur's grave.
If the weapon is truly in your grasp, Ketherek, might I suggest closing your fist? Orin and I can wait for you no longer. The plan proceeds. We're going to the city, and we expect you to follow. Army and the weapon in tow. The Edict of Bane.
The Lash of Baldur!
the testament of Merkel!
An elder brain. One of the cruelest and most powerful creatures in existence, enslaved by mere mortals.
Look at that crown. It radiates with power unlike anything I've ever seen. To have it. To hold. Oh, if only I could. But I can't. This is it. I must do as Mystra commands. What choice do I have? More than just a goddess counseled my courage. Whole worlds hang in the balance. I do trust you. More than myself right now. Perhaps even more than Mystra. I have no desire to end your life, you know that. To end it? To struggle on? It is a grave choice you're making for us both. But if it must be so... very well. I'll stand down to stand by you.
There we are. It wouldn't do to fight in front of our guest. Behold, Duke Ravengard, the Absolute.
Hell preserve us.
You wag your word flap in vain, Orderling. Once the worm holds the whip, your shredded flesh will serve us.
You freeze at the sight. Your own father, Duke Ulder Ravengard, seized by the Chosen. Yet for now, there's little you can do.
Now, it's really time we were going. We will empty this place and begin the march. You may catch up with the army once you've retrieved the weapon. And Ketherek, do try not to sulk. You're supposed to be the fearsome general come to conquer the city. And I am the hero who will save it.
It is time, faithful ones. March on Baldur's Gate. We go to prepare the way!
There you are, as predicted. What is it, I wonder, that draws one toward death like a moth to light? You could have run away, absconded with the prism. The one thing that could prevent me from fulfilling my destiny. But the lure of one's destiny is irresistible, isn't it? Perhaps you hope to learn your place in history before you are erased from it. A bright flash of clarity before the snuffing out. The very fact of your being attests to its power. Despite your infection, you resisted the brain here in the heart of its domain. What good is an army of thralls if they do not obey their master? Let us speak plainly. My Lord Merkel gave me the one thing I desired, the one thing no other god could grant me. My daughter's life returned, her heart beating once more. For that, he asked that I serve as his chosen. Join Orin and Gortash to grow the cult of the Absolute, and then take control of it. He's never had a more devoted follower. I have fought great wars before, in the service of other gods and other powers, but for Merkel, I would condemn all of Faerun to death. You are all that stands between me and my destiny, and you have brought the prism here. I will kill you now, and then I will raise you as my servant. With pleasure.
Nothing can harm Ketterік as long as Nightsong is caged. Please, Mr.
I think I could go another round. I go hunting.
Focus your attack, soldiers! I am beyond death!
No time to waste.
Consider my hackles raised.
Focus your attack, soldiers!
Finding my way.
Orders.
I seek an advantage.
No holding back.
cannot kill me. I am eternal. Merkel, Lord of Bones, I am here. I am ready. I am yours. But it is no matter. For I am death, and I am not the end. I am a beginning.
Hello, Death. I like your hat.
This is my time. Coming through.
Impossible. Death cannot take me. I am its master. My lord. Nothing. I am forsaken. You have no idea what you've done. Isabel.
The villain is dead! The rats! Together, we have crushed him! Brain and body! Now. Now. We pick our way.
You have my sword. My fealty. Do what you must. Then we fly this foul place.
The Chosen of Merkel is dead. Permanently this time.
Ketherik's netherstone. It's in his armor. Take it.
No holding back. A tight scrape. Let's take a look.
In death, the body is cooling, but energy radiates from the stone.
Remarkable. Truly. And now the picture comes together. The Absolute is neither god nor man. It is the Elder Brain you saw, held here by those three against its will. The crown it wears controls it, and these stones control the crown. It has been dominated. One of them I know, Lord Enver Gortash, an arms dealer and a slaver. A worshipper of Bane, the god of tyranny. The other is a mystery to me. But the way she spoke, it is most likely she follows Baal, god of murder. Ketherek was a follower of Merkel, which means the Absolute is a front for the gods of death, and our enemies are the chosen of the Dead Three. A temporary reprieve, but a welcome one. With a brain on its way to the city, its influence here is weakened. Bane, Baal, and Merkel. The tyrant, the assassin, and the necromancer. They are known to pick from their most devout followers, a chosen, granting them incredible powers. Each one alone would be a formidable enemy. But working together, and with those stones, and that crown, I dare not imagine what they might achieve. Perhaps not a cure, but you found the source of your infection and the reason for its abnormality. The crown atop the Elder Brain. Its markings suggest it was forged in Netheril, an ancient empire whose mastery over magic rivaled that of the gods. The crown's Netherese magic must be the true source of the parasite's abilities. This must be what elevates their potential. And it must be the reason nobody could heal you. If the crown can do this to the parasite, I dare not imagine what it is doing to the brain.
Netherese. These chosen are powerful indeed.
We prepare for the fight of our lives, and the lives of everyone in Faerun. The army of the Absolute is marching on Baldur's Gate. Within the city, an Elder Brain, brimming with power, ready to turn everyone within its reach into mind flayers. All it needs is an order. An order the Death God's chosen are on the cusp of giving. We must wrest control of the brain from the chosen before that happens. We must take their stones. Our chances of success are slim, but we must not fail. If we fail, everything ends. I will be your shield, but you must be the sword. And when the chance comes to strike, you must take it, for there may only be one chance.
Finders keepers. What's this now? Time for a chat.
I will never tire of sitting on dead men's thrones. My blood ran hot when we broke Ketherik's bones together. But we have greater challenges ahead of us. It is clear now that he was not working alone. During my time in the cult, I came to know one of his co-conspirators all too well. Baal's bloodletter, Orin. To think, I thought her to be speaking for the Absolute. I worshipped that woman. You make it sound so simple. She is the chosen of Baal. Indeed, she is the one who indoctrinated me with the Absolute's lies. Only that he serves Bane, which could make him a petty lordling or a despot capable of bending the world to his will. That he has enslaved Illithids to fulfill his ambitions strongly suggests he is the latter. The Harper may know more. Her precious Baldur's Gate was the soil that nourished his growth. she is fierce, vicious, and cruel. In those respects, we are alike. But she is dangerously unpredictable. If there is a way to turn this design towards slaughter, rather than control, she will take it. She is the one who brought me to Moonrise. And into the presence of her so-called god, the Absolute. Now I know that those memories are lies. There was no god. Orin held me down in a cocoon of flesh, while a mind flayer forced a parasite into my brain. I will find her. I will murder her. And I will smile. Let them think that. There is a short path from savior to ruler. A short and bloody, but Baldur's Gate is a mere bauble. In killing Ketherek, we fractured the cult's leadership. When we break the other Chosen and claim their Netherstones, we can take control. The power of the enslaved Elder Brain could reshape the world. We could reshape the world. Patience. If we do not prepare, Baldur's Gate will be our tomb. But if we are wise, it will be our dominion. First, we take the Netherstones, then the brain, then the world. And then we will need no gods. We will be their equal. We have a purpose and a bond. By my oath, I will fight with you, while that purpose holds. There is yet one thing about you that troubles me, though. Why come to Moonrise, where the cult's power is strongest? Why not walk away? True, but do not lose yourself to despair and fatalism. They tried to make victims of us. Now, I am ready to leave this damned place where...
I'm glad that's still the case. I can't help but feel like I've been fumbling in the dark for too long. And I've just had a lit torch thrust into my hands. Indeed. Under other circumstances, I might have been subdued or ashamed. But after what? The crown! The one the Elder Brain was wearing. Netherese magic. So pure, so most Netherese artifacts contain only the faintest amount of their... I can't fathom how such a wonder survived. Surely everything of its ilk was destroyed along with Netheril itself. But I know what nearly happened. And I'm sorry for putting you in that position. But I've stepped back. That crown sits on a gargantuan Elder Brain bent on destroying us. We need to learn more about what we saw. And as luck would have it, we'll soon find ourselves near one of the finest book collections this side of Candlekeep. Sorcerer's Sundries. I need to go there and learn all I can. Book shopping? But yes, their collection of rare tomes is unparalleled. You'll have to forgive my eagerness, but if my suspicions prove to hold...
I would not linger in this land over long. But whatever your business, I will aid you if I can.
You can imagine.
Try me.
Helen! Isabel! My love. You were dead. I saw your body. I'm here. And so are you. I dreamt every night that you'd come back to me. His soul was poisoned by the god of death. His sick devotion. But for all his sins, he brought you back to me. In this moment, I want for nothing. Ah, it's you, isn't it? You're the talk of this place, you know. I'm Isabel. And this is... Oh, but we have met. This is the soldier that freed me most valiantly from the Shadowfell. They watched my boot crush the very brain of villainy, and fought well against your changed father. May he rest in peace at last, now that he's dead. I have more to thank you for than I knew, and we have much to discuss. Perhaps we could join you in your camp later? We look forward to it.
Now, you will leave us. We must take succor in one...
Aelin!
What was it like in there?
In the curse. More horrible than you can imagine.
Try me.
You'd make a fine fist.
When Duke Elton formed the Flaming Fist, you saved Daniel, lifted the curse. It's safe to say you'd have been recruited in an instant. Gruff and intimidating, but he had the... I don't know if this Duke Ravengard is the same. I hope you can save him, for the good of Baldur's Gate. When this land fell to the curse, I should have gone. It's only fair I stay here and wait for him to awaken. You too, my friend. Thank you. Thanks for watching out for me. You lot could have tossed me back in the shadows.
You're one of us. No fist left behind.
I'm glad that's still the case.
A curse lifted. There are depths to this alliance. Do illithids possess souls? Correct. Yet, The three, a flock without soul. Until such time, be availed of no. Where matters of balance are concerned, I am it. Yes, Bane. Once judged, the alliance is reforged, mortal. The plane.
The curse is broken and the shadows are lifting. In time, these lands... So you noticed? Yes, you caught my eye. You've caught someone else's too. I'm sure you'll please each other quite thoroughly.
The shadows are losing their grip on these lands. You wanted something? Thank you. I think any attempts at comforting me might be in vain just now. I'm sorry. It might be best kept until later.
I never saw myself as a banisher of shadows before. I was always more of a lurker-in, historically. The thing that will decide my fate forevermore. Yes, it's been on my mind. Why? Well, of course I've thought about it. If I completed the ritual instead of Cazador, I'd get all that power. And I could walk in the sun without fear I'd turn into a mind flare. I don't relish it, but my siblings lured Of course, I don't even know if I could complete the ritual. It may be impossible, but it certainly is tempting.
We must press forward. Make space, and my might is yours.
Nathaniel rests well. He's healing very rapidly, now that Oliver has returned to him. I knew I could put my faith in you. If only we had met sooner. No more than my right hand can absorb my left. Once the curse is lifted, they can stand as one, or I hope they will remain as a pair. Still, I would like to return here someday. See Nathaniel and Oliver again. In my meditation, I have. But perhaps there is more. Anyway, once the curse is lifted, nature can take its course without me. And I'm glad to be had. Glad to be with you, I mean. There is no room for me, I'm afraid. Perhaps dismiss another, then I can join you. I'm with you.
Hello, my dear. Well, obviously I would, but you have so many followers already. In that case, I'd be happy to tag a...
Thanks for watching out for me.
I sought to reach a creche and be rid of these tadpoles. Now the Inquisitor must hear of the Zaithisk's failure. If you have any good sense.
You consider your options, knowing that should Lae'zel depart alone for the crash, she could fall to the curse.
Damn it all. You may be right. I may be wrong. I hate...
We leave the heart of the Absolute alive. Thanks to you, you did well to defeat Ketherek. But Ketherek was... There are many more battles ahead, and they will not be so easily won. You will need allies. You have the makings of a leader. Your actions have already... Jaheira's wisdom will be an asset to you on the journey ahead. Halsin's strength and loyalty will bolster you in times, but if we are to succeed, we will need others. Good. I'm glad to hear. Baldur's Gate may not know it yet. Seek on its streets those whose purpose aligns with... Together, we will put an end to the Absolute.
Whatever awaits us on the road ahead, we can at least be proud that the Shadow Curse is no more.
Heading out.
The army of the Absolute marches west to the gate. The city is strong, but it will not hold forever.
Greetings.
You wanted something? Thank you. I think any attempts at comforting me might...
I think we've done rather a good thing here. A welcome change to gift this land a sliver of hope amongst so much despair.
Ah, my favorite traveling companion.
You wanted something? It seems like you have ample company already. You'll need... lead the way, then. You wanted something?
You did it. Ketherek Torm is no more. Not as glad as I am. Nature moves at its own pace, and bestows its bounty when it sees fit. Give it time. A reward shall come to you when you need it most.
Unnerving though it is, if we are to face an elder brain, we could have no better ally than an Illithid. The Emperor is the reason we have made it this far. And if the Gith Prince's suffering is the price of our survival, I take no pleasure in his passing. Whatever faults he may have had, Ketherek was a great leader. Of course. He ruled Moonrise for centuries. That in itself deserves respect. I believe he was an honorable man, but the gods used him as their plaything. First Shah and her sister, then the three behind the Absolute. I sympathize. It is a sharp mind that feels sympathy for one who suffers unnecessarily, not a soft heart. I saw strength in Ketherek that had been diluted by pain. But I will never forgive him for handing me to Orin. For that, I hope Merkel hollows out his bones and lets them be dust. A true soul came to my city preaching a message of togetherness, accompanied by 2 novices. Menzoberranzan is not fertile ground for such messages. I killed them and hanged their bodies in my garden. Recruited. You could call it that. I intended to wage war on their god and the rest of its presumptive followers. Even as the flesh sagged and sloughed away from their eyeless skulls, their audacity infuriated me. I had to know where they came from. And whoever sent them was counting on my curiosity overcoming my caution. Indeed. A man you know all too well. General Ketherek Torm. The dead cough up their secrets just as well as the living. All it took was a simple act of necromancy, and the corpses told me where I needed to strike. Moonrise Towers. No. I was prepared for combat, but I intended to strike subtly. As it turned out, to my shame, I was defeated without even drawing my weapon. I came to Moonrise with a retinue of warriors and assassins, the best House Bainray had to offer. I expected a battle, but found a fully laden feast table and a welcome befitting a house matron. Ketherek expected us, expected me, and I fell for his flattery. It is a mistake I hope never to repeat. Ketherek proposed an alliance between Moonrise and Menzoberranzan. I admit, he invited me to the head of his table as his guest of honor. It was not the food it was the pale woman at the foot of the table. Orin the Red. We had barely begun to eat when she spoke for the first time. Then, quick as lightning, she climbed onto the table, a dagger in each hand, and skipped toward me, slicing the throat. Few things frightened me. Ketherek held me still, his hand on my shoulder, the grip when Orin stood before me. I want this one, she said. You've seen the horrors of the colony. Orin kept me there for days, and then she placed the tadpole in my eye herself. I deserved it. You know the rest as well as I do. There were massacres before the Grove. Then there was you, and now there is freedom. Soon there will be vengeance. A disparate collection of vagabonds and strays. Did you have anyone? I have encountered few Githyanki in my life. Those that I did were raided. Meeting Lae'zel makes me wish I knew more of their culture. I did. She told me that she has nothing to teach that cannot be learned. Perhaps she is right. She certainly cuts a striking figure in battle. There is a precision to her ferocity that I admire. To one who only sees the surface of things, there is a fanaticism in the Lolth Sworn that lends itself to chaos. The Gith have stricter hierarchy. Even now, infected and far from home, Lae'zel stays true to the cause. She is intelligent, strong, and capable as... It is a shame that she devotes all of her talents and experience. Their devotion to preserving balance is pathetic. It is precisely because they are perceived as good that they are so dangerous. Their intentions do more harm to the world.
What do you know about me? You spoke of my past. Almost no one.
There is nothing I can tell you that you do not already know yourself. They trained you well, trained you hard.
I chose to do that.
Secrets. Yes, yes, that is an old...
Get to the point.
When you freed me, you severed a bond. When I laid eyes on you, I sensed a similar bond. You
feel Shadowheart's mind tug at the edges of your own. You know this sensation. Your mind joins with Shadowheart's. Something pulls at you both, bringing you elsewhere.
What?
You already know.
My father.
That is him.
No.
And who told you that? Your adoptive family? But you are a child no longer. You are...
My parents. I need to save them.
That is for Shadowheart to decide. You may have once thought of them as comrades, men. You have been forewarned for what is to come. But not yet forearmed. I was able to retrieve it before it sank too far into Shah's umbral domain. Shah is quick to discard whatever she has no use for. But I felt it call to me as I took flight. And mirrored. Take it.
I'll need every advantage, it seems.
A debt repaid. You returned my life unto me.
It hurts.
Shah torments you still. What a spiteful creature. See that your parents' sacrifices are not in vain. Allow the Moon Maiden to guide you.
I've been lied to. My parents are alive, and I have to save them. I think a part of me always knew that. Not if you enjoy having your head attached to your neck. She stole my family from me. We'd better press on for now. But before that, there's one thing I need to see to. You'll see for yourself soon enough. Just leave it with me. Of course. Just the one? Why, hello, lover. That sounded more debonair in my head, I'll admit. Do you need something? Did you want something? If not...
If you're sure. Fine. I'll be here when...
Unnerving though it is, if we are to face an elder brain, we could have no better ally than an elite. The Emperor is the reason we have made it this far. And if the Gith Prince's suffering is the price, good. I do not... You wish to consult me?
Shadowheart was no true child of Shah.
So, it's a quest to free Shadowheart's parents, is it? And here I was, worried I'd be the only one with a difficult family reunion waiting in the city.
At least Shadowheart is armed with the truth now. May its keen edge draw forth whatever vengeance she does.
I'd be delighted. Though, someone else will need to watch the cookpot, of course.
Wonderful.
The curse has been lifted, the lands cleansed of the shadows. Ketherik's reign of living death is over. Your courage has been tested, and in this at least, you have triumphed.
Sergeant, if you are here, I presume Wern's Rock is secure, and preparations for my inauguration are complete.
No, Lord Gortash. We were interrupted. Another quake in the lower city. More severe this time.
So you came cowering to my chambers? I'm flattered, Sergeant. But even I cannot command natural phenomena to cease.
Forgive me, my lord, but there is panic in the streets. The people are afraid.
Perhaps the people would be calm if you kept your nerve. I expect better from the Flaming Fist than to run scared from a slight tremor in the earth. Get back to your duties.
Duties, duties, duties. Patrolling and saluting and following and bowing and scraping. Yes, sir. No, sir. Rip and cut your throat, sir.
Your plan is falling apart, lordling. Give me a reason not to cut you to ribbons.
Control yourself, Orin. We need to focus on reuniting the stones or the brain will break free. These quakes are just the start. Neither of us expected the prism bearers to kill Ketherek. They'll be traveling to the city. Let's make sure we give them a Baldurian welcome.
I itch to peel you, to split your skin, to see your skull shine in the light. Little tyrant. Lucky for you, I harvested a whole family of living flesh in Rivington at high sun. They will sate my blade thirst tonight. Oh, but tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, my blades will thirst again.
Beyond the campsite, the city waits in uneasy silence, one sleep away.
Painful truths have been thrust upon Shadowheart. I believe she is strong enough to endure. I've been unfair to you. I've had unrealistic, but honestly, you've surpassed even those. Seems my faith was more. What would you like to know? You're not a doppelganger, are you? Save for me, my line perished a long time ago. I'm 350 years old. Of course there have been lovers. Just because I love nature, well, I didn't pick this scar up in battle. Right now, I bed down alone, I'm afraid. Perhaps once I talk less of curses and parasites, anytime.
You wish to consult me?
I am ready.
Who's next?
What comes next?
Quite ready for you. Defender of the people. We should catch up.
The gate is closed, as is Cazador. Cazador and his rite of profane ascension. A grand ceremony to honor one to place him in a position of such esteem. The world will yearn to kneel. We will kill him, but there's more to it. Think about it. It sounds... If the time comes and I can stay one move ahead of him, I'll take his place before his blood can hit the floor. Doesn't it sound delightful? For the... After 200 years of shit, pure shit! I think I deserve something better. All I'm saying is, let's be clever about it. If an opportunity arises for me to become a more let's find out more about the ritual before we waltz into Cazador's front. If we track down my old comrades, the other spawn, we may discover more and be finally positioned for yours truly to ascend. If we don't find my brethren, they'll find us. Likely, we should get to them first. Then we can make their pretty... Unless Cazador's changed their orders, they'll be in the dens of this town.
And I'm off.
Did you want something? If not, I'm perfectly happy.
Of course.
Even if I could remember, I'm not sure I'd tell you. I don't want your ego to get overinflated.
I'm listening.
The disc appears in your minds.
Tissue markings. The texts are enciphered. It's a story about...
Your head buzzes in concert with Lae'zel's, but it hardly matters. Even without the connection.
Githyanki writing. The most powerful texts are engraved in slate. Some so ancient, only the most erudite I am fine. This text is heresy. I can hardly bear to read it, let alone speak it. Very well. The Prince of the Comet, Orpheus himself, the glorious prince cried to all who could hear him. But the true heir, the Prince of the Comet, could not when the ash had cleared. Beloved Orpheus, true heir, glorious prince, disregard this drivel. Gith declared that Vlaakith should be queen. Orpheus would have ceded control to the Geich. A dangerous one. Lies have a way of... The queen would take even a child's head for...